So this shoe ended up being a little more controversial than I thought it would be. What is up, everybody? My name is Danny. Welcome back to the Sneaker Circle. If you're new to the channel, thank you for checking me out. Thank you for tuning in. In today's video, I'm going to do basically a review on the latest collaboration between Cactus Plant Flea Market and Nike. But mainly I'm going to go over sizing because that's been the hottest topic when it comes to these. If you're not new to sneakers, then you understand that a lot of early leakers, resellers were recommending that you kind of size down a lot on these. And that's exactly what I did on these. So I was seeing a couple reports, a couple tweets out there saying, you know, size down 1.5, size down half, size down 1 full size. I kind of like took that middle recommendation. I went 1 full size down. For those of you who are new to the channel, I am a size 10.5 in most sneakers. I have a wide foot. So when I'm sizing for sneakers, I tend to size for the width of the shoe versus the length of the shoe. Sometimes in certain shoes I have a bit of space in the toe box area, but it's fine with me as long as the sides of my feet are a-okay. A good example of this is Air Jordan 1s. Like I could wear a 10 in some older Air Jordan 1s. Like I have Royals and Breads from 2016-17 that are size 10.5, but I have them laced pretty loosely. That way my foot's a little more comfortable in them. But I prefer that 10.5 feel over anything. So I am for sure, the majority of this video is gonna be sizing, so please excuse this rambling. I do wanna do a little review of the shoe itself though, because like these are pretty cool and I just wanna get into it. So if you don't know, Cactus Plant Flea Market has had a couple of Nike collaborations already. Some released, some canceled. Really cool pieces. Cynthia Liu, the person who founded Cactus Plant Flea Market, has done an incredible job at the graphics she creates and everything she does with the brand, really. You see Cactus Plant Flea Market on a lot of tour merch, and that's how I was introduced with her. Kanye merch was done like that. Kid Cudi merch was done through her. Like a McDonald's collab. It's been pretty crazy what she's managed to achieve over the last couple of years, and honestly, what she does is pretty dope. And I gotta talk about this box because like I didn't expect it to be this big. So the box in front of us, we do have details that are pretty typical when it comes to Cactus Plant Flea Market. You see the yin and yang. You see kind of like the handwritten everything. So right there, Air Flea 2, Nike, and it's kind of, I've noticed that she does this a lot for her Nike collabs. I think it's the same logo she probably, her or her team probably drew out one time and have just stuck to it. So here we go, 9.5, women's 11. I checked the sizing measurements, everything's the same. So centimeters are the same, European size is the same. European's 43.5, centimeters is like what, 27.5. I don't know what BR is, but that's 41. What's really cool is they've taken past collaborations and kind of changed this one around. So the box is massive. Here's a size 10 pair of Air Jordan 1s. These are Royals from 2017. I just had them out because I did a video on them not too long ago. Look at the height difference on it. So I'm gonna turn these on to their sides and you're just gonna see just how much taller this is versus this one. And not just that, like right here, look, they're perfectly aligned here, but you got like an inch of space here, which is, it's crazy. It's a bigger box. And I think the reason for that is because they gave us extra space for this little pretty dope add-on. This is a dust bag, a terry cloth dust bag. And what makes it really dope is like, yeah, this is a cool piece to have, cool just in general. But for the bedazzled dunks that she did that are fetching for like thousands of dollars right now, one of the biggest issues was the dust bag she provided barely fit in the box. So the boxes, a lot of boxes were damaged because they just didn't compensate right. So seeing a little detail like this is, in my opinion, worth noting and super dope on the designer's end to just consider it, you know? So I want to get a good full view of this, but here we have the Spruce colorway. Really cool, really dope. It's a different sneaker. Now, I'm not gonna lie, first time I saw them, I thought they were ugly. Seeing them in hand, I'm still a little convinced that they're a little ugly, but they're ugly in a cool way, if that makes sense. Story of Danny. So, let me get these out. So, shoes are here, but I did want to touch up on this real quick. Just an overall shot of just how cool that is. Like, you know what? I'm gonna use it as my little framing tool. Here we have the Spruce colorway. I didn't necessarily know that they were two different colorways. So you have this kind of like evergreen on the right shoe, and then you have more of this like turquoise-esque, kind of a different shade, more of a blue-green. So this is a deeper green, this is more of a blue-green. I feel like I've seen this a lot on like her, and I have tried these on. That's why they're a little loose right now, and I will get into it, trust me. I just wanted to go through the shoe first. So these did release October 18th. I got these directly from the Cactus Plant Flea Market site. So it was like a draw, and then they sent you an invoice and you checked out if you got lucky enough. And then there was almost like a shock drop, even though it's not a shock anymore. It's like, ooh, we're releasing this in 30 minutes on sneakers. I've seen a lot of orders get canceled from there, so I don't know what the deal is. So when looking at the sneaker, it is insanely bulky. The majority of the sneaker is sole itself. Now this sole reminds me of the Balenciaga Bounces that released like a year or two back. It's actually pretty stiff. It's not as flexible as I thought it would be. It doesn't feel like a traditional rubber, which is cool. Right here you have nylon on the majority of the upper, and then you have the synthetic material right here. On one of the shoes it has the tag that Nike's been giving out of like, you know, this shoe contains synthetic leather or whatever. And throughout the shoe you will see these little connector points. It is meant for the attach on. So if I take off the swoosh, there it is, and you can pretty much put them anywhere. Now the spacing between them is pretty inconsistent. So like if you look at the spacing of this swoosh right here, you have 3, 2, and 2. There's only 1 or 2 real spots on the shoe where this 3 matches, which is right here. And I think that's it. I think realistically, that's the only place it matches. So if you want those 3 connectors on at the same time, like all of them, these 2 are so spaced apart, it doesn't work. So I guess you really have to base it off of these 2 right here. So like these 2 right here, it's too spaced. It won't accurately fit there and go with anywhere else. Now, again, this strap is your basic lacing system. So this isn't always gonna be on its tightest for most people. So like right there, it's in. But if I go all the way, then there's nothing you can attach to, which kind of sucks. Besides confusing connectors, you do have all these other little connections that go along with it. So you have her P symbol, little spider symbols, and then 2 Nike details. I would suggest if you want to wear these for the toe, add them all. They're just super dope. Now, this one's a little bit looser, so I can kind of show it on this one. The tongue itself is separated, so it's not like a Huarache deal where it's like an entire woven upper and it's just connected everywhere. This is still a tongue. All in all, it's still the tongue. And then you have kind of 2 little flaps here. You have 1 flap that just ends abruptly right here, but on this one you can go a little deeper. I'm guessing because this is where the actual stitch is for the Velcro. On the tongue you do see Flea 2. You just see Just Do It, her little yin and yang, and then the little patch, same patch as this right here. And the shoe itself is actually pretty comfortable. It's very wide foot friendly. My only gripe with this shoe, besides it looking outrageous, is that they added a mini swoosh on the sides, but they've completely hidden it. So it's stitched over with one of the Velcro straps, and I think that kind of sucks. It would have been cool if they would have added it anywhere else or just kept it intact. I'm a big fan of mini swooshes. Last detail is you can look at the bottom. You do have a footprint similar to the clots, but instead of being a full foot, it's only 3 toes. Now these do glow in the dark. I haven't successfully made that happen yet. Kind of weird that these like additional rubber pieces right here, probably for stability, are all different colors. So red, brown, and then gray, yellow. It's a little weird. All right, so let's talk straight sizing. These are a 9.5. I have already mentioned I'm a 10.5. I should have gone 10 in these because it would have been a little bit more comfortable, but I can fully wear these 9.5s, no problem. I would just have the Velcro just loosened a little bit more. So I'm gonna make the statement for the sizing guide. There are 2 types of people or 2 types of ways that you normally like kind of size for your own shoe. So the first way is what I do. I'm someone with a wide foot, so I really size for the sides of my feet. Using this as an example, as long as the sides of my feet are okay, I can be comfortable in the shoe. I'm good. Even if I have a little bit of space in the toe box, I'm good. For these, I think I have about like 1 inch, I think. No, probably a little less. Like my toe probably ends like right here and I have a bit of space in there, but I'm completely fine with that. For these, a full size down, I am a lot closer to the edge of it because the way these are shaped, it's a little bit weird. So you have this whole encased like tire looking material. Your foot or the end of the sneaker really ends like right here, and then this is just additional bulk provided by this. Same case for the back, you kind of ends like right here. This is all just additional bulk. Now, if you're the other type of person, someone who sizes themselves for the very edge, like you really depend on toe width. So there are some people out there who like having maybe like a centimeter space, barely any space at the very front of their shoe. Some people like a little bit more space and don't really care about the size because they've never really experienced that. You skinny foot people. This shoe, for those skinny foot people, you might want to stick true to size because, again, the size that's true to you is already based on the length of your foot. So length of your foot, maybe you could stick to true. If you don't really like that much space in your toe box, then definitely go down half a size. And I think that's where a lot of the confusion really comes in. So again, broken down as simply as I can. If you're someone with a wide foot and sizes themselves for the width of the shoe itself, you're okay going down half a size. And I would severely suggest it because this shoe is very forgiving for wide-footed people. And if you're someone who has a really skinny foot, you can stay true to size, maybe half down depending on how much space you want to play with on your toe box. And I just want to show you how ridiculous the sizing on this is, because a lot of the early leakers would show us comparisons. Let's put this 9.5 compared to a couple other shoes that I have. So self plug, I just reviewed these. That video went out on Friday. Early pair from Sneakers directly. This is a size 11. They're a pair I bought for a friend of mine. Look at the difference here. So size 11, size 9.5. It almost matches. This is still just a little bit bigger, but again, remember that the majority of the bulk here is the shoe itself. So if I were to like move this down to where I think the heel would end, now it's a little more understanding, but the same. But again, 1.5 size difference here. This is what people were like leaking on, going crazy for. I still suggest half a size down for most people. And here's the size 10 Royal. So this is only half a size bigger than these, but the difference is kind of crazy. Look at how much more you get. All right, so these are size 10.5 white cements from this year. Now this is a bulky sneaker by itself, but this is like chonky, you feel me? These are just a bit bigger, Like, I guess it really depends on the sneaker you're using because some are a little more dramatic than others. So these are this is not a JPEG Air Force Ones. This review is coming out a little bit later after this one. Again, shameless self plug. This is a 10.5. Just look how different they look. It's honestly insane. All right, so I think that's where I'm gonna end this review. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna throw these on feet. I'm gonna throw these and probably some of the other ones I compared them to on feet as well, just to show you how different they look on foot as well. If you're into that, then definitely stick around. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying with me if you made it this far. I'll have timestamps for those who just wanted the sizing advice and just didn't want to hear my voice. Completely understand. I completely understand. If you enjoyed this content or if any of this helped you at all, please feel free to subscribe, drop a comment, like the video, support the page in any way, shape, or form. These things are expensive. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Let's just get straight to the on feet.